right. So official. Okay, let's get moving. Stand up. Okay, so we almost always start with balance, hip, core, anything here. So we're gonna start with just balancing on the left foot, reach the right foot as far as you can forward, and then reach the right fingertips to that same spot. So try to do 10 of each of those. Right foot goes forward, right fingertips go forward. And if you have like a little thing on the ground, like a little target you can use, either try to at least hit that point every time, or try to get the toe and the fingertips a little further each time. And maybe that first few, you don't actually touch the ground yet. It takes the hamstring a little bit to get warmed up. Don't worry about it. We're gonna do tons of these, so you'll have plenty of opportunities to reach lower. 10 of these-ish. And then same thing on the other side, easy change. Balance on the right foot. Reach forward with the left foot. Reach forward with the left hand. Reach forward with the left foot, left hand. It usually feels a little harder to switch sides because you've just figured out how to do it on that other side. Toes forward, fingertips forward. Nice job. All right, go through 10 of those. Nice job. All right, so then we're doing this new thing. We're gonna see this a lot. So I'm gonna kind of explain what you're doing. So feet are narrow and kind of close together. You're gonna go down into a low squat. Arms go out forward. So I'm trying to go as low as I possibly can. From here, bend over, bring the hips up high, try to straighten out the legs, and then reverse that movement, come down into a squat, come all the way back up and out of it. So think deep squat, arms go forward, hips come up, hamstrings stretch, bend the knees, arms come forward, exhale, come all the way up and out of it. I'm gonna pin us to the top. Yeah. Go through 8 of those. Squat, stretch, and then 2 steps to come back up to neutral. Go through 8 of those. It should feel like a pretty intense hamstring stretch each time. Deep squat, arms go forward to be your counterbalance. Head drops, hips come up high. Reverse those 2, come all the way back up. 8. So we need to like turn the music up to cover over the knees cracking. All right, last one here. And then come all the way up and out of it. Okay, back to balancing on your left foot. This time I'm gonna send the right leg straight back into a lunge. Right arm comes over the head, eyes go up to the ceiling, and then come back to neutral, switch sides. Left foot picks up, left leg goes back, left arm reaches back. So from the side, you're here. Right leg back, right arm reaches, eyes go up, switch sides. Reach. So you're doing 10 total, 5 on each side. Whatever leg is going back, that arm is reaching up and over the head because we're trying to get a huge stretch through the front of that hip, through the rib cage. So go into that stretch as far as you can until you feel like, oh, can't go any further. And then slowly come back up and out of it. All right, 10 of those, 5 each way. Going back to that again. So balance on the left foot. Reach the right foot out to the side now, and then reach the right fingertips out to the side. Reach the right toes out to the right. Reach the right fingertips out to the right. Go through 10 of those. So we're trying to now create this big lean in the hip of the leg that you're balancing on. So lean, reach with the toes. Reach with the fingertips, reach with the toes. And this should feel a lot harder. There's just a lot more happening. That hip has this big frontal plane tilt, and then this big rotation as it kicks that hip back. Last thing we're gonna do like this. We don't have any other weirder variations, just these 2. This is the second one. Second variation. All right, switch sides. Balance on the right foot. Reach the left foot out to the side. Notice you lean in the opposite direction. And reach the fingertips where the toe was. So your target is a couple feet away to the left of that balancing foot. Reach. And if you have to put the foot down for this curtsy lunge, go for it. Try to see if you can keep the toe up. But if not, you're still getting a rotation in that hip. It would be better for you to go lower into it than to really fight the balance. If range of motion is first priority, 10-ish of these. All right, when you're done there, going back to that squat move that we did, except so feet start about shoulder width apart and then go toes out. So same idea, you're gonna go down into this low squat, bring the hips up high, fold over, back into that low squat, come all the way up and out of it. Go through 8 of those. Low squat, high hips, low squat, straighten out the legs. Low squat, high hips, squat, exhale, come out. So same thing we were doing earlier, you're just getting a little more rotation in the hips. Nice job. Should feel good. As runners, we don't usually have a lot of turnout, so this is like kind of a nice, refreshing range of motion. Are you, Kenny?
No. Just focusing on my breath work.
It's here.
All right, one more. Low squat, high hips, low squat, straighten out the legs. Nice job. That should all feel good. Okay, back to these reverse lunge leans, but now rather than reaching back, we're gonna reach to the side. So balance on the left leg, send the right leg back and send the right arm over the head for this big lean. Come up and out of it, switch sides. Left leg goes back, left arm reaches overhead. Same rule applies where you're trying to just get as far as you can into that stretch. And as soon as you hit that point of, oh, can't go any further, come right back up and out of it. So you're just trying to reach, stretch, and then come out of it. Give yourself a chance to just recover, reach. 5 on each side. This should feel great. Opens up everything from basically the lat to the oblique, rib cage, outside of the hip. Sometimes if you lean too far, you can't come back up and out of it. Nice job. All right, so we're gonna go back to those squats again. Feet are about shoulder width apart. This time, take the heels out and leave the toes in. So you're gonna go down to that weird internally rotated squat. Hips come up, fold forward. Squat, straighten up and out of it. So you should feel like you can't go as low as when your feet were parallel. Just when the hips are rotated in, you don't have that range of motion. So if you feel like, wait a second, I'm getting stiffer, that's not the case. We're just trying to hit that stretch with a different position for the hip. So go through 8-ish of those. Got a lot of these squat things today. And lunges. It's good. Today we're moving a lot. I guess we move a lot every week, but seems like a lot more big movements. All right, so back to your reverse lunges. So start off balancing on the left leg. Right leg lifted, right arm is gonna lead the movement. And I'm gonna twist all the way around over that left leg, come back up to neutral. If my left leg goes back, my left arm is the reacher. Right leg goes back, right arm reaches. Left leg goes back, left arm reaches. 5 on each side, 10 total. Same idea. As soon as you get to that furthest twist, just come back up and out of it. Should feel good.
Indeed.
All right. All right, going back into your squat to stretch things that we're doing. But now we're gonna do single-sided. So wide stance for the legs. And I go like double the width of my shoulders apart. So it should feel really wide. Just going over to that right side. Bend the right knee, send the arms forward. Straighten out the right leg, stretch. Back to bending that knee, straighten all the way back out. Do 8 on that side. Bend the knee, reach forward, straighten out the leg, bend the knee, straighten. Bend the knees, send the arms forward so they're your counterbalance. Should feel like it's harder than when we had both legs working. Because right now, this left leg is very passive. It's just kind of serving as like a peg leg of sorts. It's holding a little bit of the weight, but it's not doing any of the work. You're maybe getting a stretch on the inside of the leg, but that's about it. All right, same thing on the other side. 8. I think I've broken a record, but it's the listener phone calls today. All right, left knee, bend the knee, straighten out the hips, bend the knee, straighten back up. At your own pace. If it feels better to hold that stretch for a second, it would be better for you to do fewer of these and to just kind of hang there for a little longer. That's why we say 8-ish. If you're like, I'm moving a lot faster than you, then great. Go through 9 or 10 of these. If you're like, oh, I'd rather hang out here for just half a second, maybe you'll do 1 or 2 fewer. That's totally fine. Reach, hips up, reach, return. All right. Nice job. When you're done there, back to these overhead reaches. But now, rather than just having that back leg go straight back, I'm going to take it into a curtsy lunge. So now it's swinging around behind me. So take the right leg and curtsy lunge it around like a speed skater, and then take the right arm up and over the head, reach, and then come up and out of it. Same idea. Take the left leg back, curtsy lunge, left arm goes overhead and reaches. So that should feel harder balance-wise and like you're getting more stretch in the outside of that hip. Reach, eyes up, 5 on each side, 10 total. Curtsy lunge, eyes up, fingers lead that lean back. If the right leg picks up, the right arm leads. Last one-ish, maybe. All right, okay. Back to your super wide stance. I'm sure you guys can see eventually where this is going. So take the feet out even wider than they have been. Pick up the toes and rotate them out. But check that the hips don't go with it. So the hips don't turn when I turn the toe. The hips stay forward when I turn the toe. Same thing you did last time. You're going down into that big outwardly turned foot, into that single squat, hamstring stretch, squat, stretch, squat, come back up and out of it. Go through 8 of those, guys. If it helps to take the hands down to the ground when you come up with the hips, go for it. Ideally, the arms are reaching forward when you're going into that squat because they're your counterbalance. They're what's helping the hips go back a little bit further than they otherwise would be able to.
Roughly?
8-ish.
Okay.
Same thing other side. So you'll straighten out that foot, turn out the other foot. Same thing happens. Go down into that big turned out leg, straighten out the leg, bend the knee, and return. Same rule applies here. If it feels good to go into that slower, go for it. 8-ish. 10 seemed like a lot. Nice work. We only have one more round of these. Toes are going to be turned in, so it gives a very different kind of weird feeling. It's more just about like shifting the weight and balancing than it is getting any kind of deep stretch. All right, you should be on your last 1 or 2. All right, back to those curtsy lunges. So come back, feet together. Right leg is going to tuck behind. And now imagine you're trying to bring the right bicep to the right ear. I almost think like this arm is just taking control and making my head lean, and you're getting a deeper stretch than you were before when you just lunged back. So curtsy lunge, lean, come back up and out of it. Curtsy lunge, lean, come back up and out of it. Imagine you're trying to get the fingertips as far away from your center line as you can. And it's not that it really matters where your fingertips are, but your fingertips in this case are your driver. That means it's leading the spine into a bigger frontal plane tilt. So if you think about getting the it's easier to think about getting the fingertips further away than it is to think about bending the spine more. Last one. All right, super wide. I think our rug is inching back. All right, super wide stance to the feet. This time take the toe and rotate it in. This one's a weird one because you're basically just like sitting down into this hip. So sit down into the hip, reach forward, straighten out the leg, bend the knee, straighten back up to neutral. Bend the knee, single-sided squat, stretch, squat, return. So you won't feel that same hamstring stretch you were earlier because by turning that toe in, the hamstring's checked out a little bit. You can almost like dig your fingers into the hamstring and feel it's not as tight as it was when that foot was parallel. Right now, the outside of the hip is having to do more work. This is a funky one. All right, same thing, other side. Okay, toe turned in. Squat down, high hips. Squat down, straighten out the leg. Last time for this weird combination. This was like 6 different variations, so you should be tired of it by now. That hamstring and hip has been stretched in pretty much every direction that it can commonly move. All right. And then we'll go through the last set of those curtsy lunges. So you're back to feet together. If the right leg picks up, your right hand is gonna lead. So the right leg tucks behind, right arm reaches, back to neutral. Left leg tucks back, almost like you're trying to get the fingertips to hover right over where the toes are landing. 5 on each side, 10 total. Last variation of these as well. It's a long combo. Last one. All right, nice job. Take a second. We're gonna do ankle mobility, and then we're gonna do everything else is gonna be on the mat or on the rug. So little slight split stance. One foot is just slightly in front of the other. We're focusing on the ankle of the leg that's back behind you. We're only going through this once. There aren't any other variations. Flip the foot over like you're trying to get, if you have laces onto the ground, the top of the foot onto the ground, and then flip that foot back over. Drive the heel into the ground and try to bend that knee as much as you can. Go through 5 of those. Flip the foot over, stretch out the top of the foot. Drive the heel down, bend the knee. Do 3 more of those. It should just feel like a good stretch. Just taking the ankle a little bit further into the range of motion that it's used to. As soon as you hit that furthest spot, just come back up and out of it. You don't need to hold anything. Last one. And switch sides. Easy enough. Back leg flips over. Try to bring the laces or tops of the foot to the ground. Heel goes down. Bend the knees, stretch. Ankles are cracking. You're not making any noise over there.
I already made all mine.
Look, slow down. Last one. All right. All right, shake out the legs. If you have a mat, grab a mat, lay down onto the ground. Listen to this. All right. All right, legs go straight out, arms go straight over the head. So you're just kind of in this like curved shape, toes pointed. Bring everything into a ball, but you're not sitting up. You're just bringing like shoulder blades up off the mat, like you're trying to get your cheekbones or your forehead to your knees. and then extend everything back out. Go through 10 of those. Everything reaches out, everything tucks in. Everything reaches out, everything tucks in. We'll go through 10 of these. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then hold yourself in this tight little ball. So use the hands as much as you can to help really tuck everything in super, super tight. And then let go with the hands, but try to not have anything else budge. So the arms just kind of come down by the hips. So go through that one more time. Use the hands, pull everything in really, really, really tight, and then let go with the hands and see if the abs can just take over. Hold here. Without letting the right leg move at all, slowly extend the left leg. Don't let the right leg move. Don't let the upper half of the body move. Hold here. Your 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use the hands to pull everything in super, super, super tight. Let go with the hands. Don't let anything budge. And do the same thing for the right leg. So now the right leg extends super slowly, but the left leg stays tucked in. Hold here, 10 seconds. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck in tight, use the hands. Let go with the hands, don't let anything budge. Take the left leg out, and you're doing 10 little pulses. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then pull that knee in, use the hands, tuck tight, let go with the hands. Don't let anything budge, extend the right leg does the same 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and roll over. Hands are gonna go down, you're gonna straight arm plank. Drop the hips, arch the back, eyes up, chin up. Shift the weight back to the heels, straight legs, downward dog stretch. Go through 5 of these. They should just feel really good. Drop the hips, chin up. Shift the weight back to the heels, high hips. 3 more of those. Hips down, eyes up, chin up. Hamstring stretch, drive the heels down. 2. Last one. And then step 1 foot way up next to your straight arms, next to your hands, and little shift side to side. And just do a few of those. It's just designed to just like give that hip a little wiggle, and then switch sides as soon as you're ready. Just a little shift side to side. All right, we're gonna go through that one more time and then you're done. All right, when you're ready, roll back over onto the back. Everything extended. Think about you as being just this like rounded, tucked little bowl. Legs are out. Everything tucks in. Everything extends. 10 of those in control. We're not doing any sit-ups today. Just these weird little tucks. And they seem to be all you need.
For sure.
It's plenty. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right, everything tucked super tight. Use the hands to get the knees as close as you can to the forehead, to the cheekbones. Let go with the hands. Don't let anything budge. Slowly extend the left leg and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use the hands to tuck everything in super, super tight. You're trying to get the shoulder blades way up off the mat. Let go with the hands, but don't let anything wiggle. Slowly extend the right leg. Hold. 10, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull everything in. Back into that tight little ball. Let go with the hands. Left leg goes out. And you're just doing this little swing out wide and back to neutral, just on that frontal plane, like a jumping jack kind of swing. Good. 5, 4, 3. Reach the fingertips closer to the toes. 2. Last one. Pull the knees in, back into that little tuck. Let go with the hands. Don't let anything budge. Right leg extends. And then take that leg out, back in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. And then roll back over. All you have left are those 5 downward dogs and then those hip stretches. So you can see the light. Drop the hips, arch the back, eyes up. Shift the weight back to the heels, high hips. Just go through 5 of these as it feels good. Are you slipping? We have a slippery rug. All right, 2-ish more. Last one. Big wide step for that foot, and then just little shift for the hip side to side. Same thing on the other side. Bring that other leg up. Little shift side to side. And that's it. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad.
Awesome.
Well done, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Good to see everybody. Nice work. Bye, guys.